From South Florida Gay News, Palm Beach County's dying LGBTQ plus social scene. With more than 1.5 million people, Palm Beach County has a larger population than 11 U.S. states. But despite being a booming metropolis with miles of gorgeous beaches and malls filled with high-end shops, the LGBTQ plus scene is sorely lacking, and it just took another blow. In this week's SFGN, online and on stands tomorrow, I look at the state of the social scene in Palm Beach County. The closing of Haus Lounge is the latest LGBTQ plus business to shut its doors. After financial struggles, issues with neighbors, and COVID, the business is closing. That leaves just one full-time business, Mad Hatter Lounge, as an LGBTQ plus social spot. Of course, one of our goals has been acceptance, which we find in many welcoming straight businesses. For example, Lilo's Streetfood and Bar holds a traffic-stopping drag show, and Howlin Owl hosted a Smart Ride Fundraiser. But it shines a light on the fading importance, or at least the relevance, of the Gayborhoods. Read my entire story in this week's SFGN, online and on stands tomorrow.
John, I want to jump in immediately because, and first off, bravo that you and SFGN have done a story like this. Really, really important for community. In your investigation and your reporting of this, do you hear from Palm Beach County and the LGBTQ community of why they think this trend is going on?
Nobody really knows. There was Penny's at the Duke, which closed last summer, and it was very popular, but someone offered Penny, who's a wonderful woman, she's off living her best life now, from what I can tell. She just sold her liquor license so that she could move on. And of course, a license isn't necessarily tied to an address or a theme, such as a gay bar. You know, they can take it and put it pretty much anywhere in the county. So the community isn't shrinking, just its opportunities are. And nobody really knows why, other than that it's hard to start a business. You know, starting a restaurant or a bar is a costly and risky venture.
A second question, John, in your article in SFGN, it focuses on Gayborhood. We have a thriving Gayborhood right across the border in Broward County. Oakland Park is growing very fast. Wilton Manors is already very well established. Is it that Palm Beach County LGBT is just coming across the border into Broward County? Is that what's happening?
Well, we don't have the demographics or the knowledge to back that up, but it seems like that. And you got to remember, Wilton Manors 25 years ago now wasn't really much, you know, when Georgie plopped down his alibi on what is now Wilton Drive. And I think that it was an area that needed development, and we moved from South Beach, Miami, all the way up here and sort of revitalized that. Palm Beach doesn't need gays to move up there. They're already a thriving community, although with some disparities if you go from Palm Beach to West Palm Beach. But they don't need a gay turnaround like places like Key West did a generation ago, or Miami Beach and Wilton Manors.
Yeah. But is there a need for Gayborhoods anymore? For me, I mean, personally, I go to any restaurant and any bar in any location, and if there's more than one of us, it is a gay bar or a gay restaurant. And I've noticed that the younger generations now, they don't really necessarily need to go to a specific gay bar, gay restaurant. They go wherever they want to go, and their entourage goes with them.
And does that mean, from your perspective, that we're seeing a trend in Palm Beach County that we may not be feeling yet in Broward County?
Possibly. Yeah. I mean, I've even seen it myself. You know, I don't live in the Gayborhood, so I don't necessarily attend the Gayborhood as often as I would if I had lived here. You know, the same thing for some other cities, you know, in the state or across the country. If you're not fortunate to live in a metropolis and you're in a smaller town, then, you know, it's the chances of you having, you know, a gay bar or restaurant, you might have to go to the closest nearest metropolitan city.
And Dale, I'm curious, you live in South Beach.
Yeah.
How does this story wash over you living in South Beach?
Well, you know, I've lived in South Beach now almost 21 years, and everyone knows that it's gone under many changes. It's not, and it was never really a gay neighborhood. There was no Gayborhood because South Beach was just very, very gay, period. But it's not so much of a Gayborhood now. Although there are we have more bars now than we've had in many years. And if you go to Nathan's or Twist or Gathering, any of the bars that are popular, even Palace, the crowd that's out's very young, way younger than I am. Of course, I'm ancient, you know. So when you say reference, maybe the younger gay crowd doesn't really care. Maybe they don't. But at the same time, if the places are available, I think they will go to them.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, so I think they're surviving and thriving. I'm very sad about the Haus Lounge. I've never been there, but I was posting their stories quite often on the Gay List official Instagram page, and you develop a relationship with people who create the content. And in those places, they just were talking about how it was just a combination of so many factors, COVID, business downturn, et cetera, the economy, which I think is the same thing holds true for South Beach.
Yeah.
But
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
no.
A couple of quick notes. We're following a story and are going to be reporting in the same vein in South Beach. There has been a closure notification letter to the Miami Beach, the Dade County Visitor Center that's on Washington. And they've been given 15 days and is going to close and will lose the footprint that they have there. One other thing about Palm Beach, of course, we would be neglectful in John's story in SFGN to not mention Compass. Compass is the Pride Center in Palm Beach County, and in many respects works like the activity center of the LGBTQ community. They have everything but liquor, and they do everything else except liquor. And we remind everybody, make sure, I believe it's March 27th, Palm Beach Pride is coming. It's put on by Compass. It's a big pride and pride parade. And guess what? Queer News Tonight will be broadcasting the parade live. So make sure you turn out, and I'm sure we're going to explore this story about what's going on in Palm Beach more thoroughly.
LGBTQ plus news is vital for our community and for the broader world as a whole. We have enough enemies at Fox News. Tucker, Sean, and Laura are loud. We need passionate allies. Happening Out television network, Queer News Tonight, and It's Happening Out are literally out of the closet and into the headlines. Our community needs your support. Like this broadcast and subscribe now to ensure the growth of the entire LGBTQ plus